Hey, it says we're live. Welcome to the Bob and Tam show tonight.
And our excellent adventures.
There you go. And she's already drinking. Look at that.
Bye-bye.
So we'll wait to get a few people on before we really get rolling here.
I see Mrs. Decker's on and AS Pipes is on.
Let's see, where are we at here? Okay, we'll get there. There we go.
Hey, how you doing, Nicole? No, it says it's live now, but it won't go on.
Just waiting for
my Facebook one to come up. There it is. All right.
And I guess everybody can hear us, I'm assuming. We're not listening to it.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it now.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on. P from Pennsylvania. Oops, too many. Road problems, truck problems, and soon to be X keeps feeding me. Look like it's all you can eat. Okay. Mike's having a tough time in Florida. Life of a trucker.
Yeah, I know. No bueno. There's Greg and Gwen. Emery, hey there, Emery, how you doing? I can see what's even up with us.
There you
There's
go.
Slim Jim.
It's loud and clear, so that's good. We got good sound.
And where's Levin?
We tried to go to Twin Peaks tonight over here in Orlando, but no internet.
Zero.
We had like one, and it would have never made it. We drove all the way across to Orlando, got in there, sat down, and nothing. And so we're like, and went on their website, and their website was one of the ones that wanted to charge you, and maybe they'd give you more, maybe they wouldn't. So it's like, we took our keys and said, we'll pay for that, and we got to go.
Gotta go. Sorry, bye.
So, yeah.
What is wrong with those people?
So we drove on the way back. I think it's the 92 out here. I kept checking, and ended up we're at
Red Robin.
Yeah, there you go, Red Robin, and we got good AT&T, and I got good Verizon. T-Mobile sucks. I've never seen such a big city in all my life
for internet.
Yeah, I guess you can't say all your life because I haven't had internet all your life.
You got some more people. You got the controller over there. That's Brian.
Oh, I thought he was just on.
No.
From Minnesota.
Hey.
It's going too fast now. Everybody's catching up.
Yep, there's Dallas. Hey there, Dallas.
Made it tonight. All right, here we are, right here. David.
David Eastwood. I just talked to him a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Understand. Right here. Understatement of the day right here. I know. It seems like when it starts, hey, there's Dawn. Did you check your emails, Dawn?
Yes, you got an email today. You're going to find out. You're going to find out. We're going to announce all the winners tonight of the giveaway. We're going to do that before we get to our special guest tonight. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of Wyatt from, he's kind of in between. I guess he's almost, I don't know if he's right before you get to Piedmont.
I think it's right before.
Looks like they're getting ready to come on already.
Oh, they're
here right and early. And they're making sure they can come on, I guess. And so he's going to be coming on. And so there's Ricky from North Carolina. Look, things are getting away from me here.
Rick Raines, hey you guys, how you doing? What are you home at?
Yeah, have to ask Mike.
That's
Mike. Yeah, he wants to know what Mike's hauling in down to Tampa.
Facebook user, you got to put your name in there.
Yeah, you got to click on. If you're on Facebook, if you click on that little thing that says StreamYard, gives StreamYard permission from Facebook to put your name on StreamYard. I guess I got that right. New to the chat. Crap on a cracker. There you go. There's a name.
There's a little girl's birthday over here. They're singing happy birthday.
I don't know if you can hear her or not. Love the new Facebook page.
There you go. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. There we go. As long as the dog still loves me and my Harley don't break down, it's all good. There you go. There's an attitude
to have.
Positive. At least you're not in Arizona where it was like 100 degrees the other day.
I know. That's what I was afraid of. It was like, oh, darn.
There's Dawn.
Oh, boy.
Jeffrey Pope.
Hey, Jeffrey Pope.
And
Dennis Tom.
Yeah.
You there?
He does produce relocation specialist. Is that plants or? Oops,
Produce.
it's getting away from me again.
Yep.
In Dallas, Georgia.
Yep. That's where my in-laws are from.
Yeah, or son-in-law.
My son-in-law, yeah.
Son-in-law's from there. Used to be from there. Many moons ago. Let's see. Yep, we got somebody from Jersey.
There.
Sandy.
Sandy Morse.
There we go. Pretty exciting.
Everybody's saying hi to some of them.
Yep.
Dallas, who else is saying hi to? Mr.
Mr.
Pipes.
Pipes. Another Facebooker. We got the Canadian on tonight. That's great.
About that.
Surprised you're not down here. Everybody else is.
Oh, Rick Raines is on there. June Thompson is from Canada.
Oh, okay.
And the other one from Vermont was Mark Littles.
Yeah.
He
Got a lot of.
usually has his name on there.
We met a lot of Canadians this year so far.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to meet a lot more.
Yeah, I bet. And so yeah.
Tracy and Jenny.
Everybody's saying hi to everybody.
Yeah.
That's from Vermont.
There's Mark.
Truck driver sounds too.
Nah.
Millsboro, Delaware.
How about that?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Hey, one more. There we
Caught
go.
up. All right. So tonight we've got a special guest that's going to be coming on in just a little bit.
He's actually, I can see him.
He's in the green window, in the green room. We don't really have a room, but we call it that. And so he can hear us, but we can't hear him yet until we bring him on. So it's kind of neat. I don't know if you guys have seen that. He got really, really popular last year. He had a charity fund, and we're going to talk to him about that, what he's going to do. And I've been chatting with his dad over the last few months about him. And I thought, hey, let's just bring him on and let him come on and talk a little bit about his lemonade stand and what his money goes to. He's got a charity, and find out why he picked that charity. That's going to be kind of neat. And so he's got kind of famous. He's gotten written up in a couple magazines there in Rapid City.
He's been on the news a few times.
Yeah. And a lot of other people have talked about him. I don't know if he's been on any YouTube channels, but he might have. But we got him on last year. Went through, and I think he had don't quote me, but at that time I think it was like $32,000 he raised for, I think it was St. Jude's. And so that'd be pretty neat.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll be getting him on in just a few minutes.
I'm gonna try to find it. That's June Thompson.
Yep. So if you email us, let me go back here. Email us. If you email us, we will send you back a phone number that you can text to. You need to let everybody know. You need to text before you call, because we don't really look at that phone.
Yeah, it's not on. We keep the volume down on that.
Today she went through it and found like 5 voicemails.
I know they talk to most of them, but
yeah. So email us. We'll send you a phone number. That way, when you get there, because we won't remember who's going to be there and who's not going to be there. So
and there's a lot of people I know that's going to be different places, and I may not know which one you're actually going to be at. So you can just go on top of it. That'll be underneath it. Seems to be in a much better mood, except for his neck. He's got a pain in his neck. Either slept wrong or we drove today. So we're in Orlando right now. So that's probably.
So Dallas can hear us good.
Yeah. You guys, everybody needs to go check out Droop in Dallas. There you have lives on Monday nights. Yeah. I think they have another night too, but I know Monday for sure.
And we're gonna get you.
We're celebrity crap on crackers.
We're going to get. We need to get Dallas and them on one of our lives. We just talked to another YouTuber, a new one too, which is Palmoto. And down there down there in southern Florida, and we're gonna get him on one day, and guys can promote your
Droop in Dallas on.
Yeah. So let me get caught up here again. Went by the lemonade stand on the highway many times, but never stopped. It's worth a stop.
Yeah, it is.
And all the money goes to charity. That's kind of neat. We'll talk about that. Where are we eating today? We are at
Red Robin.
There you go. She's.
That's the only way I can say it.
Doing a commercial.
That's right. But it's I guess things over here.
We're gonna have donuts after a while.
Yeah, they've got.
Look at them.
No, they doesn't. See the donuts? That's what he wants.
Nice.
That's gonna be his dessert.
Up at the top of the menu.
I don't know. Does it say it? Oh, there it is over here. Oh, over there.
Actually, we had a pretty good menu. It's been a while since we've ate at one, and not too bad. So that's where we're at today. So you're done. Pick the winners. Yes, we have. They've already been contacted, and we will announce them all tonight. We are going to have some other special things that we're going to give away, but we're going to talk about that till I get all of my stuff in.
That's right.
Russell's on.
Hey, Russell.
Greg from Palm Springs, California. You've had some hot weather. Orlando, the 1,000 Trails out there, they blew up their 50 amp service. Everybody had to get out.
Not the Orlando, the 1,000
Oh,
Trails.
1,000 Trails in
Springs.
Palm Springs.
Yeah, it got so hot it blew up their 50 amp. And
Rod King says, that looks good. Yeah. The donuts. Everybody wants donuts. We're here with
We're
Homer.
going to get the 4 stack,
Yeah.
so we don't eat so much.
Yeah.
So Dallas, would you and Duke think about coming on? We'll have to pick a day and stuff.
So what we're going to try to do with our lives now is try to bring
special guests.
Yeah, bring people. There's
There he is.
Kawamoto's on. And so we're looking to bring people on our lives. What we try to want to do is kind of schedule people, so we know who's going to come on, who's not going to come on, and we want to try to start doing that. I don't know if we're going to do Wednesdays anymore. We're going to wait and see how that all goes. Haven't decided. One thing here in Orlando, the internet just sucks.
Yeah, we have to wait till we get somewhere with better internet.
Yeah.
There's Dave Ryan from Ohio.
So yes, that's sure.
Okay.
So
it's my phone number now, Dallas.
Yeah. So we want to try to bring some people on so you guys can have some more interactive, just versus us just yakking away. And some of the, a lot of them like the Amsoil Adam that was on, and a lot of you guys like Tony that was the other day, but he don't have a YouTube channel. But Tony's just a great guy. We could probably get some other people. I don't know if you guys would be interested in Rod from the Buffalo Chip. We can probably get him to come on and talk to.
And the guy from Easy Rider, Marcus, he'd probably come on.
Yeah. So we've got some other people that
I want to get the new promoter from Sturgis to come on.
But she doesn't start, I think, until May. So she's going to call the city tomorrow and see if we can probably get Kat to come on.
Oh yeah, she'll come on from the chamber.
We won't be able to talk. But she's really good and she knows a lot of stuff. She's a biker. She's a biker and everything, and it's really good. So we're looking to try to bring in some new people. I don't know if we want any of the city people. We can get that Ainsworth. What's his first name?
Daniel.
Ainsworth. He's kind of the city businessman. I didn't know Sturgis. Sturgis, the mayor's not full time. They've actually got a real job, and the business agent kind of runs everything on a daily basis. Why wouldn't you have the mayor just work full time? And he takes care of everything. I don't know. Not my city. We do belong to the Chamber of Commerce, though.
Yeah, we do.
We do support. Still last night. Yep. We actually just, Wyatt's dad just sent me a picture a few seconds ago that it is snowing in the Black Hills right now. And it's the craziest weather. They've had some 80 degrees. We have another friend who lives in Rapid City. It's one day it was like 80 degrees. Next day they had snow on the ground when they got up in the morning.
Well, I talked to one person. They said, "Oh, it was nice today. It was 70 degrees." And then I talked to another person. I guess I called the Buffalo Chip. I said, "Oh, you're enjoying your nice weather?" And she said, "If you like snow and ice." And I'm like, "Oh,
I forgot to tell her.
Yesterday they said it was 70 degrees."
That's why she didn't get my update of what the day was. I said, "You didn't know?" It's a friend of ours, Doug. He always posts stuff. And so Orlando's just nuts. You would think all the kids are going back to school. Spring break's over now, but yeah.
I know it's coming back. We were leaving Twin Peaks that we tried to get into, but coming back and it was just bumper to bumper. And I'm thinking, oh, it's like 4:45. I'm like rush hour traffic, and I'm like, wait, it's Sunday. I don't know where all the people are coming from.
No, Don wants icicle.
Icicles?
No, icicle. Ice cycle.
No.
But it could snow.
It's good.
Yes.
That's why they have Sturgis the week they have it.
Everybody always says that. Why do they pick that week? Actually, was it 2 years ago? I think it snowed on, was it September 4th?
The 8th.
The 8th. We were supposed to still be there, and I'm like, what day was we going to leave? And she goes, I think it's today. I said, look at the snow they got in Deadwood.
They got like 8 inches.
Yeah.
So
you never know. When people talk about going to Sturgis, I always say you got to pack for anything. We've been there, and it's been during bike week. It's been as cool as 35 at night, and it's been 105 during the day. So yeah, you never know. Yes, the food is delicious at Twin Peaks if we were there, but no internet. We tried. We drove all the way across Orlando to get it. Fought that traffic. And
Chris that's on there from Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, I sure am going to miss you both and the home information that you share with us. See you at the rallies. You take care. Jason.
Well, let us know what rallies you're going to. You can show them the email address again real quick. And it's just all you got to do is click off of that and it'll be underneath it. There you go. So email us at that address and we'll send you a phone number and then you can text us if you're at a rally that we're at and then we'll meet up somewhere.
Sounds like a winner.
So You're gonna bring
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bring
our special guest on for
yeah.
this evening.
Let me go back there. All right, so you guys ready? Here we come. Here, make sure I got my light one. Gets everybody on the screen.
There we go.
There we go.
Hi.
Welcome.
To the show.
We'll welcome you to Orlando, and we'll. Our weather's not awful. We had a cold spell today. It's dropped down like
It's like 70, like 4 degrees right now. So that's the cold spot here.
Well, we've got some family in the Florida area, so we'll have to give them a hard time about the weather down there.
Yeah, I know.
They'll tell us all about it.
Oh, so tell us your names.
Go ahead, bud.
My name is Wyatt.
Alrighty.
And I'm
Alrighty. So I'm assuming this is mom and dad.
Yep.
Alrighty. So how old are you, Wyatt?
I'm 8 years old.
8 years old. Wow. So you were only 7 last year when I talked to you.
No, you were 8 last year. When's your birthday?
May. Oh, so you're almost 9. You're pretty darn close there. A couple weeks away. Alrighty. And so tell us what you do during Sturgis Bike Week.
So I give lemonade. I give away lemonade to bikers.
All right. So. All right.
Okay. So, what made you decide to do this?
I just saw the bikers on the deck and wanted to give them lemonade and help them out.
Help them out. That's cool. So when did you start this? Was last year your first year?
No. 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So this year coming up will be year number 3?
Yes.
Now,
All right.
what did you want to buy? Is the reason why you started your stand? What did you want to buy?
Oh, Lego.
One Lego, huh? So you made a little bit more than to buy one Lego, didn't you?
Yes. Yes.
What foundation do you give your donations to that you collect money for?
Thank you.
What made you pick them?
One of my mom's friends named Mallory runs for St. Jude, and I wanted to help her out, but I also wanted to help out kids.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us, after doing this for 2 years, what's the funniest thing that you can remember happened at your lemonade stand?
It's the funnest thing, bud.
The mayor coming,
The mayor showed up.
governor.
Oh, the governor showed up.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty special.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you get your picture with her?
Yes.
All right. That's kind of cool.
Yep, that would be.
We'd like to meet her too.
Well, we've seen her from a distance, but this year we hope that we're going to get her on talking on film. Let's see what else I got here.
So how can people find you if they want to check you out? Where are you located at?
I'm located off of I-90 at Tilford Exit 40, next to Tilford Gulch Campground on Sturgis Road.
And what day are you going to officially open?
The stand this year is going to open on July 30th, and it will be open all through Raleigh. We'll be open every day from 12 to 6, but sometimes we might open early and stay late. It just kind of depends on Wyatt's tour schedule. So we will post the daily schedule once we have his tour schedule figured out.
Okay, so since Mom's talking, how does your parents help you out during the lemonade stand?
They help my jugs going, and they're technically my staff.
Ooh, your staff.
We're staff. That's right. We
All
are.
right.
Gotta give them shirts though that say staff.
That'll be cool.
So I've seen some pictures your dad's doing some upgrades. What all kind of upgrades are you guys planning to do to the stand before you open?
Well, you know, last year was a learning year, of course, because that's when it blew up for us, and that's when Derek Swain had the 64,000 shares on Facebook that made this explode into what it is. But we're right over the edge of a hill is where we had the stand at. And it's kind of a little bit of a dangerous situation. So the state allowed us to build a new approach on the other end of our property, less than 200 yards away.
Oh, that's good.
So we're able to bring the bikers in to the pasture that I'm going to have mowed down. We got a nice approach for them to roll in on. We've got a ton of new sponsors this year. We've got Skull Construction Local. They're going to build in a shed, an 8x12 shed, that we can sell some of the merchandise that we have because people want shirts, they want koozies. You know,
There you go. Cool.
so we'll be selling some stuff out of that shed. And we've got a guy donating ice. We've got a Country Time Lemonade stepped up. We'll give you 300 gallons worth of mix.
Oh, there you go.
Our local sanitation company is helping us with some porta potties and dumpster. It's been really, really cool. So the stand is going to look totally different on me and Mom's end.
Yeah.
For him, everything's going to look exactly the same as it always does. He'll have his free lemonade sign. Everything's going to be great for you guys and all the bikers coming out. Everything's going to be still him. It's just us on the backside trying to make things just a little nicer for everybody.
And so somebody had a question, Wyatt. They wanted to know what your favorite motorcycle that you've seen come through this last year. Do you have a favorite?
It's probably a turquoise bike that it didn't have to lean.
It had an air
Had
lift on it.
Airlift.
Oh,
You like that, huh? Now, last year, did you end up getting a mini bike?
Yes.
All right. And what, did you ride that often?
Yes.
Who gave you the bike, Wyatt?
Black Hills Riders.
okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, because we seen that one of the things you were doing was saving money up to get that, and then we seen that they donated that to you.
Yes.
So that was kind of neat.
So what did you buy?
So after that, when I found, we finally got that, I want an ATV.
ATV.
Hard work pays off, and I got an ATV.
Right. So now, is this the only job you have all year, the lemonade stand, or do you do something else elsewhere?
Just here at home. Huh?
Just here.
We still have chores to do.
I was going to say.
Because do you guys have a farm? Is that what that is?
It's not a farm yet.
Yes.
Mom might want a farm, but it's not a farm yet. But we do have quite a few acres of land, and we're able to spread out a little bit. He can ride that ATV and tear up the dirt pretty good.
So do you have a sister?
No.
It seemed like there was another young person that was there. Was it last
Do you
year?
have a brother?
She's one of my dear friends.
Okay. I didn't know. I don't know. I
So
just
do they-
assumed.
So you're only child?
Yeah. Well,
All right. High five. I'm an only child. So does your friend, does she help you too? Is she part of your staff?
yeah.
So Neil wanted to know if you had a particular ATV that you were looking for, a certain brand.
I was looking for a Kawasaki and I got it.
Okay. That's what they said. If the governor has you up for an endorsement. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And see if we got any more questions here, if we missed anything for you.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions for Wyatt?
No. I think we got everything. I think we had everything.
Just on a side note for us, for a little plug for Wyatt, we do have a .com. It's Wyatt'sLemonade.com.
Okay.
Okay.
If people want to buy merchandise before the rally, feel free to go
Or
on
if
there.
somebody can't make it, now can they make it?
We're really excited. Our Canadian friends are coming down this year because they opened the borders up. That's really cool. We've seen a lot of people comment about that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of them, and Well,
and Daytona.
yeah, we've even seen people from Germany and Australia and everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming over here. So
Well,
yeah, I
So
can't.
What was the furthest away person you saw at the stand this past year, Bud?
Somebody
Remember?
came all the way from from the UK.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
kind of
that's
neat.
cool. So
That's-
now, if somebody can't make it to Sturgis, can they make a donation on your Wyatt.com?
They can actually do it through the Venmo, and that is
Okay.
at Wyatt's Lemonade.
Okay. Alrighty. Because I know there's a few people that were going to go to Sturgis with gas prices. They're not sure if they're going to come now. So I would
Yep.
know if somebody
Yep.
saw you and they wanted to make a donation if they could. So now, how much money did you raise last year for the St. Jude's Foundation?
32,000.
That's right.
Yeah, he was right.
I thought that's what it was. I think I got it off the paper. I cheated. But somebody just wanted to let you know, if you Google map your Wyatt's Lemonade stand, it actually shows up on Google's map.
Oh, so it does. Oh, does he know? Okay.
Yeah.
How about that?
You've become Google famous.
Yeah.
Wyatt, what's
So-
your goal for this year?
65,000.
Okay,
Wow.
that's not bad.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So they also wanted to know if you had a special. Do you do anything special to the lemonade, or is it pretty much just?
We use Country Time.
And is there a sugar-free version too?
Nope.
Okay, just asking. Somebody asked.
That's almost as far as Alaska.
Yeah.
Neil came and he's
Yeah.
from Alaska. How about that?
You might want to get that. Get you a board and have people put the little pins in it to see
Yeah.
how far people come.
Or a sign-in sheet where they
Yeah.
can sign in and say where they're from.
We are gonna get a board.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Last year we colored a map in and we got all 50 states, but this year we're gonna get a map and have pins that people can put into it.
That'll be neat.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell us? Invite everybody out. Make sure you tell everybody to come on out.
Come. Just come if you're available.
There you
There
go.
you go.
That sounds
We
good.
should have a good crowd, and hopefully the weather will be better. It won't be snowing like it is now out there. There's
But you never know, do you?
No, you do not.
No, you don't. You're in South Dakota. You don't know what kind of weather will go on.
Alrighty. Well, we want to thank you for coming on today, and maybe we're definitely going to stop by during the rally and check you out, see how you're doing and everything. And if we got a halfway decent internet, maybe we'll even do a quick live from there and put you guys up.
Alrighty.
You can show everybody how hard you're working and your staff.
Thanks for having us, guys.
No problem. Have a
Guys,
good evening.
Take care.
You too.
Stay warm.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that was pretty special. And
He's a good kid. What you doing? Oh, you hit ban. Ban from studio.
I'm looking at kick from studio. I guess that's it. Turns them off.
Okay. Here we go.
There we go. And he can watch it on live if he wants to see it. Okay, so we'll go back to here. So it was kind of neat, and we wanted to bring somebody. We were looking for different things to bring. I don't need my earpiece anymore. Nobody's talking right now. And different people to come on our channel like this when we do lives, and see what goes from there.
Hey, Roberto.
And so yep, Roberto's on, and Joseph's on, and so it's pretty neat. And it was kind of neat to have him on.
Yeah.
And he's kind of becoming famous.
Well, even last year when I interviewed him, he did a really good job. It was like,
Yeah.
yep, this is what
You
I'm
go
doing.
back and actually the picture that we put on the thumbnail is actually from that video. If you go back last year, I forget which one it was, but it's got $32,000 donation is one of the in the title,
Yeah.
so you can kind of see that.
So, yeah, he
Oops,
does.
too many.
It's a good thing. He's going to be a.
And Robert, you can always go back and watch it later.
Older.
When it comes back up, you can always come back and watch that interview again. It's pretty neat. Just gets a little information about what he does, and you know, I don't know if there's any other YouTubers that brought him on, but I mean, he got pretty famous out there.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, just about, and if you go into Facebook now, just about everybody's talking about that's the person to go see.
So yeah, it's fun. There's Harley Frank.
So just over our information that we gave out last week, we are going to continue our channel. At this moment, we're not looking to stop it. We're probably going to go back a lot like we did when we first got started. Some things we're going to change is when we do the rallies now, we're not going to try to jam so much stuff into one day. We're probably going to spotlight something. If it's, we'll use Sturgis for an example. Maybe we'll do a day in Deadwood. That's all you're going to see, just the stuff that we did in Deadwood. Places to see, places to go, places to
Well, it's
eat.
easier for him to find too. If we do and go all over and he puts like 4 or 5 things on one clip and one video, then it's hard to go back and try to find that because it's not always listed like
And
that.
it's like the Legend Shocks that we just put up yesterday. That's a video that we already had planned out before anything happened here. And I wanted to do that because it is kind of a how, not really so much a how-to video, but a lot of you always wanted to know what I thought about my shocks, all that. So I went back and got the footage from that video, which just wasn't about YouTube. It was, or about the Legend Shocks. It had other things tied into it. So that's one of the things we're going to change is we're going to just specialize in something. Like maybe we'll do one day that's just vendors, and that's all we'll do. We'll squeeze them all into one day, and that'll be it. You won't see any of them after that, unless it's something unique. A lot of times we see something that's unique, we like to bring that out and talk about it. I've been actually monitoring some of the other YouTube channels out here that are doing lives, and that's what they seem to categorize us as a information channel. And which I guess that's kind of what we are. But we're going to add some other things to it too, besides just doing that. Lives we're probably going to cut back a little bit on. We're going on our Patreon. We're looking to maybe start doing some lives on that. More stuff about us, probably. Stuff that we're doing. A lot of people want to know more about us camping, some of the more things that we're doing, our travels. It's just when we do those kind of videos, I just don't get a lot of views. And people say, well, it's which it is, that our channel is never about money, which is what I said when we first got started. If we could make enough money just to pay for the expenses, that would be great, our travel expenses, because we have to eat anyway, and we have to live and all that kind of stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. And what ended up happening last year is we added all those extra rallies on after Sturgis. I wasn't originally planning on going back to Sturgis. Going back to Florida and Myrtle Beach and all that, doing the fall rallies. And since we did so good in Sturgis, if I would have just cut it then and then just did the rest of the end of the year, we would have ended up with a really good year last year. But then coming back down to Florida, the expenses there, going back to Myrtle Beach, swinging back around, all that added up.
Roberto wanted to know what the rear shocks were with the reservoir. I don't know, were they both about the same, or is it $1,500 for the front and $1,500 for the back, or was it?
I don't have the receipt. I can look it up and get back with you on it. I think that the rear shocks were about $1,500. What's ended up being is it broke into parts, and then they had labor on it too. Because nobody's going to install the front for free. Even if you go to the Legends tent, when they were at Bruce Rossmeyer's, they would install, which we got the YouTube guy that's for Legends, which was very shocking how well he talked to us and invited us back, where their marketing person kind of blew me off. But he ended up saying we'll put on any of the rear shocks for free, but you got to go into the dealership and set up appointment up to have the front stuff. Front's just really, when you watch Rick Rack do it, they had more trouble with the back because mine's a CVO limited. There were some plastic pieces that they had to cut to make.
Because when they tried to put the saddlebags back on, or whatever they're called, on the side, they wouldn't go on. So they had to kind of readjust them and fit them up. So they're sitting up kind of high. I think they're pretty visible. Most of the time, you usually aren't.
Well, no, you can go different ways. You can mount the canisters up high, or you can mount them behind the bag on the side where you adjust them. I wanted them up high. I didn't want them behind the bag. And I paid extra for that, for the bracket or whatever. So I'll have to check and see what the prices are. He said a little bit in the video, but I think he only said what the standard ones are, not the nitrogen ones.
So Neil said if anybody has any questions for Support Campground in Piedmont, that he's on, that he'll answer any questions for you. And Joseph, yes, we're pretty much full-time RVers, but we still do have our house, because I didn't want to give that up. I was getting older. I wanted to be home to recuperate from whatever may happen. So that's why I decided to keep the house. I want to keep it still. he thinks maybe after the garage is built, we'll get a park model and we'll build it there. And
Won't have any bills. So yes. So a lot of things are still going to continue as we have.
Greg C said he installed the front himself, and he said it wasn't that hard.
Yeah. When I watched them do it, I had never done it. I've never taken off the front forks. But after I watched them and they said, hey, this is all you have to do is this and this and this. And I'm like, that really wasn't so bad. I thought you had to take the fairing and all that off. And you didn't have to, which was kind of nice. So that's one of the other things that we're going to do this year. We've actually got it set up with one of the vendors, and we're going to do a how-to video, and we're going to do it before a rally, and we're going to film it. It's going to be really, really good. Versus,
we're going to try to be very professional about it.
And because it's which I do. I watch some of there's somebody out there right now that's fixing up a bike. Another YouTuber. He's fixing up a bike, and I watched a video today that he put up. What did he have put on? Oh, he had some new lights put on. And he was actually at the dealer doing the work. So I don't watch enough of his videos to know if he does the work himself other times, or if the dealer's doing all the work. He had some other stuff on that I seen a video that it looks like he's having other people do his work, which is fine, which is kind of what we do too. So what I wanted to do with the how-to videos is I could show you how to do stuff. I was an auto mechanic for 20 some odd years, so it's not that hard to do a lot of the stuff. But when somebody shows you something like handlebars, just the other night we were on Ozark Riders live that he was on, and he was looking for some handlebars to put on his wife's bike. And I'm not a handlebar expert. I call up vendors that I know and say, hey, what do you recommend? It's kind of like the shocks. That's why we did the lodging shocks that way. I went around and I asked who else to ask than professional people that ride, not that they ride their bikes all the time, but they install the stuff. And you're not going to put some crap on your bike if you know which products are good and bad. And so that's kind of why I went with the Legends. And so what we want to do is do some different videos, how-to videos, which won't show up during rally time. It'll be after that, about how, all the detail. It'll be almost kind of like some of the ones you see on YouTube for other things, where they show you, hey, there's 8 screws that put the fairing on. Here's the 8 screws you need to take off. Here's the next thing you need to do. And, so we'll see how those go. I think it'll be pretty neat, because what I'll be doing is I'll be filming, not doing the work. And when I watch a lot of these YouTube videos of anything, it doesn't have to be motorcycles, it could be any kind of work, where it's really hard to film something and do the work too, because you're thinking both ways. To where when we do this video, hopefully next 2 weeks we're gonna do it, and we'll be able to say, hey, let's say that again. Let me get a different angle of that. And so I can shoot it again. It'll be almost like doing a real commercial. And so I'm kind of excited about doing some of those.
Which is something he's always wanted to do in kind of TV or whatever.
So we'll see how that all works out. And if that works out really good, we may do a lot more of those with a lot of the vendors that we know, to show you the tricks of how to do a handlebar. Like we was watching the other night, they had, I think KST was the guy they had on. And they were talking about there's a pin in there, and they said we just grind it off, or hit it with a ball peen hammer. I think that's what they said. And they're like, oh yeah, we were thinking that if we could hit it with a hammer or not. So those are things that somebody that does hundreds of those in a year, versus me or the other guy or that guy that does 1 or 2 a year. They teach you the tricks.
1 or 2 in their life. I don't know. You never know.
So
yes, we ate. Guess what he had? I had a chicken breast.
The Red Robin is well known for
what he always eats.
So, by the way,
Amsoil Adams on too. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't. I can't on the last. We started a new group page on Sturgis. It's running along the bottom here. If you guys want to check that out, what I want to do is, I've been looking at some of the different pages for Sturgis and stuff, and some of the people are limiting you what you can put on and what you can't put on. And what I want to do is be able to put, like, we're getting a hold of the city tomorrow. And we want to let the city know, and businesses that are in the city of Sturgis, that it's okay if they want to put something out and say, hey, we're so-and-so, and we do this during the rally, or this or that.
Nobody's behind us.
Yeah, a wall. And we kind of sat in a corner because we didn't know how loud it was going to get here. And so we want to be able to do that, but we want to be able to have a place that, hey, if there's another YouTuber out here that's got a good video on Sturgis, they want to put it up on that channel, that's okay. But it's got to be about Sturgis, and it's got to be about the motorcycle route, and not repetitively. You know, we don't want to see somebody that puts the same video up every 3 or 4 days, or a week or two, trying to get more subscribers to watch. You post it once, that's the end of it. And same thing if I put anything on there. It's going to be one time, and the people can see it and they can watch it. So we want to try to get this channel to grow to where people will start coming to it. And a lot of you are very experienced with going to Sturgis, to where you guys can come on, which we've already got a few of you doing it already, coming on and giving people, you know, information.
And you know, a lot of times when we go places and do things, it's because you guys have told us about it. So we're sharing the information you gave us to everybody else. What do you want?
It's all watered down. It's really nasty.
Really happy.
It's out of sugar.
More sugar.
What? 2 sugars, huh?
I don't know.
So
anyway, you can go in there.
So that's some of the things we're going to change. Also, if you watch tonight's, we're going to try to start bringing on people to talk during our lives. So it's just not us rambling and talking crazy stuff. So maybe that'll limit me to what I say. And so we've already talked to a couple that's on here now, and we'll be setting times up for them guys to come on. I don't necessarily know if I want to get like 5 or 6 people on at one time, just because it's hard. Everything's delayed. Just like when we're talking to Wyatt, we have to wait a few seconds to hear his response because there's a little bit of a delay there. And now we got the earpieces, so that really works great. To where we can now hear.
There was a kind of a little feedback right there. I don't know what that was. Oh, I had something. Something was crackling in my ear. Anyway, Roberto says he wants to put some new handlebars in his bike. What do you know how to install them? No, but we were going to try to do. What are we doing with Fair Exchange?
Interfering.
Okay. So it won't be handlebars this time, but maybe we can find.
But we will. There. But we've done some before. There's actually some videos that we did with Rick Rack. Not just that, but we had a set of handlebars that they were putting on in Panama City Beach last year, probably the fall rally, and they were kind of saying what they had to do and stuff. They put not 8 hangers, but they were like, I think they were 12-inch ones that they put on.
My job.
But
Dallas wanted to know if we're on Instagram. I said yes, but a little bit. That's my job.
I take care of the Facebook stuff, and I answer the YouTube questions, most of them. She gets in some of them, but most of them I take care of that. And so, yeah. Now, we didn't go back, and so all the ones about not knowing what I was going to do in the future, I did not comment back to all those. A lot of great comments that you guys had, a lot of good information, but it ended up being the same thing that she tells me all the time. And some of you actually said you can't keep everybody happy all the time. And I could never do a channel to keep everybody happy. So we figured that out. We do, a lot of people said they want to see more riding. We do riding, not so much here lately, but we have done videos like we're in Sturgis and stuff. We do some riding. I've mentioned it before.
When we were in, last year in the fall, when we were in Lost Valley Lake Resort. We did a lot of riding out there and filmed all that. We were off for a week or so.
So we do that. Now, I'm not one that wants to talk in the helmet. I ramble on now here. I could just imagine, when I ride a motorcycle, that I'm just relaxing and enjoying the ride.
It's downtime.
And I listen to the radio. That's about it. That's about all I'm thinking about when I ride a bike. So for me to talk while I'm doing that would probably ruin my experience of riding a bike. Well, I probably will never talk on the bike, but we could do some videos to where while we're here, we're going back over to Daytona to get the gift card from, we got to announce the winners too, from J&P Cycles. We want to go over and see John, because we won't get to see him anymore this year. And then somebody wants to go eat lunch, I think, with us or something.
Oh, RV style, Cheryl and Steve.
Yeah, they want to go have lunch or something. So
they're up in St. Augustine, so we'll maybe meet them down there in Daytona. Or we can meet somewhere.
So we're going to ride over there. We're also going to do a ride over here to Tampa. Actually, today was, which we couldn't do because we had this going on. When we found out on the way here this morning that they had the big air show that they have at Fun and Sun. And it's a really neat thing because all the money goes to the high school really cool. To teach kids how to fly and about airplanes and stuff. It's kind of neat. And then the other thing they got going on is we're in Clearwater now. I think it's ended today. They built things out of sand sculptures, and you can go check them out. They're here till like the 24th of this month, I guess. So we might ride over there next week. And we're trying to get to talk to Cowboy that owns Burt's Black Widow Harley Davidson. And we're trying to get a hold of him, see if we can chat with him.
Talk to John and Dan at Gators on Thursday.
Yep.
I'd rather pay someone that knows what they're doing other than destroying my mistress and spending more money, messing it up, doing what I'm doing to try to do with full installation.
Which it is. Sometimes that happens with me too. Sometimes you bite something off and it's like, it didn't go like I was going to film. That's why I don't know if I could ever film me working on something, because I tried to put this camera on the back of the trailer and I was going to film an installation. Well, same thing. When I got up there and I drilled a hole through the side of the trailer, there's a pocket this big in my air at the top of the trailer that goes into the roof, and I could not figure out. I wasn't about to drill through my door to try to get into it, so I ended up going through the marker light, and I used the power off of one of the marker lights and grounded it to the trailer, and it works fine. But
and we don't really even use it that much.
It didn't go where I wanted to because I couldn't film it like I wanted to. If we ever get the garage built, which is sometime this year, and that ever gets done, I just showing her how I wanted to do a corner. I want to fix the corner up to
like a little studio.
Yeah, and put some lights up, put some cameras, mount them up there, permanent cameras I can leave, to where we can do different things like that. We could do a video like that, or we could do a live where we have a bike in there and we're talking about the bike. The neighbor across the street, he just bought a brand new 22 Harley, and I think we're going to go, and I think Art's going to want some stuff too. I think we're going to go to some of the vendors and get stuff for free and let you have the opportunity to buy it.
And then that way we can show you putting it on.
Yeah.
And then if you want to buy it, you'll know how to put it on.
Yeah. So you can click that link like everybody else does. And right now I'm not going to get anything for my bike at this moment. But that's one of the things I've kind of changed my thought on, just for the fact that everybody's doing it, and it's getting a lot of more views from other people that are showing people working on bikes or putting new products on the bike. It's like I said before, when we talked about doing Cyril, I talked about maybe doing it last year, and I ended up deciding not to do it. But I would give even with a buddy across the street and Art, if they buy stuff or put stuff on their bikes, we would end up doing a 6 month or a year, kind of like the same thing I did with the shocks that I paid for.
Mike, he's out by us. I think there's a couple people out there in Arizona.
And if you're coming through Arizona or something, we know ahead of time. We could pick up some parts for you and put some lights on your bike. That's if it's 2014 or newer.
We're going to have an RV pad on the side of the garage, so if you come out in your RV, you can spend the night.
Yeah. So that's all stuff that's going to go on next year. We're probably going to do next year for rallies. We're going to pick and choose where we go. Definitely going to be doing Sturgis, of course, and probably Daytona. But at this moment, I don't know what else. I'm actually considering canceling Galveston that we've got on the books right now for this year, just for the fact that
I would think it depends on the garage, because if we're in the middle of trying to get that together and then we got to stop and go to Galveston and come back, I don't think you'll really want to go.
Well, I'm just thinking it's a long way for us to go from Arizona back to Galveston. My idea was I wanted to go down and camp on the beach too, so I was going to do two things. One that I wanted to really do is stay a couple days on the beach and do that, and then we would do Galveston. Well, we never got to talk to the owners, the promoters for the rally, to get more of an insight of what's going on. See, that's the part that aggravates me more than anything else, is when people don't want to work with us. Like the cities and stuff, like Daytona, which I should have known. Everybody says that, it is what it is, and that's the way it is. But we built up such a great relationship with Sturgis. Yeah, and we do have some great people. There's Shelby Rossmeyer, bent over backwards for us this year. We couldn't have asked for anything more from her. And and we have some great vendors that do a lot for us and help us out with content and stuff like that. And we greatly appreciate that. But we thought we could build that up through all the rallies, and it's just not going to happen. Are you caught up? You got a whole bunch of stuff people's right.
Yeah, I've got them all. I did the other thing because I didn't get David Mink. Sorry about that, David. I added the guards to my Harley shades. Oh my God, 80 bucks in my nose. Ouch. No, but I did break his windshield one time.
Now somebody commented on that too. They thought I was scolding her. and that I probably shouldn't have put that video up. Actually, on our Patreon page, we put a video up the other day and kind of explained the whole thing about what our videos were supposed to all be about. I made it last January when we were on Pismo Beach during the tsunami, and I put it up, and one of our subscribers on Patreon said, "Nah, there's no reason for you guys to explain why you do your channel the way that you do." And then my other big one that comments a lot, he wrote and said, "Go ahead and put it up." I'm probably not going to put it up because I took the other one down, and just for the fact that I was actually losing subscribers because I think people were looking at it thinking, "Hey, which I've done the same thing to somebody else." There was this guy we used to watch.
Poor me, poor me, poor me, and you get tired of hearing that, you know.
And so we're not going to talk about that. And so we're going to bring on YouTubers that we know and people that want to work with us. And just like last night, we could have went on Ozark Riders last night, but she didn't have no clothes on. I said, "You want to go on and be topless?" And she's like, "No," because we were already laying in bed, and she was watching 10 Commandments were on. Not gonna get to watch the second half tonight.
Oh, and happy Palm Sunday. How about that?
And so I was looking through my phone, and he came up. When we met him last year at Lake of the Ozarks, he actually invited us out to it.
Yep.
And to a meet and greet, and it was kind of neat. And the Badgers were there, and
we talked to the Badgers too. I think we might have them on one time too. They've got a real neat system that they're doing on their Facebook page, which I'll have to find a little bit more out, and then we'll go into a little more detail about it.
So we're going to bring some people on that we know, and which I do want. We were going through checking all of you to make sure you were subscribers that were winners. I actually found out there's a whole lot of YouTubers that watch our channel. They just don't comment. They could be on here now, and they're not commenting. So I went through it because I went through all of them, all 1,700 or whatever they are, 17,215.
Well, because they're not in alphabetical order.
Yeah. They go by how many subscribers you have. What a pain in the ass that is. Why can't they just put it in alphabetical order? You could put it down and I could look at that. It's I know who my biggest YouTube subscriber is, which is Prime Cut Pro. I don't know if you guys like to have him come on or not. We can probably get him to come on. He's been doing it a long time. He's probably he's the only person we know that's been doing it YouTube as long as he's been doing it. We know some other guys have been doing it a long time too, but we've never personally talked. We've seen him on YouTube. But we know Prime Cut Pro. Kelly, we know him. And he's been one of our subscribers. We've been watching him for, he started watching us a couple years ago. And become a friend of ours. We see him at the rallies all the time, see him videotaping and stuff.
Amzor Adam we've had on. He's got a YouTube channel.
Yep.
You need to check him out.
Yep, if you haven't checked him out.
Vendor life. It's pretty cool.
So Adam, you can put stuff on our new Facebook group page too.
Tell them where you're going to be and what time you're going to open, and so out in Sturgis there.
Give out information. It's all about information. Ask questions. Because somebody asked me today, what did they ask me about Amzor Adam? I don't know now. Somebody asked me something about it. Oh, how much is your standard love jugs?
Oh.
I thought they were $4.99, but I didn't want to tell you that.
It might have been at Roberto. Was it Roberto?
Yeah, it might have been.
Yep. You're a shade tree surgeon in Adam Pinball. We thought about Adam Pinball because we've met him quite a few times.
So when Adam gets all done, he's at the.
He's in Baba right now.
No, he's back in Arizona. He's at Arizona Bike Week.
Oh, okay.
He should be coming home now. So we were going to try to contact him and see if he wanted to come on and talk a little bit about it. He's kind of redoing his channel too. He's going back to his roots. We haven't been watching that guy since the beginning, but we watched him when he was just wrapping up his world record of visiting the Harley dealers. That's kind of how we started. Yeah, and that's how we kind of got to know him, and then he kind of got too commercialized for us too, and I think he admits to that now. And now he wants to get back to doing more riding, and I think that's a good thing. And but I mean, that's what happens. I think a lot of times YouTubers get like that, to where you get so big, and like somebody wrote me the other day here, and they know a YouTuber that's got, I don't know how many subscribers they've got, but they're making over $50,000 a month. They're bringing in, and but I mean, yeah, but yeah, I don't think we'll ever make that kind of money.
No.
But it is what it is.
So, Rod King, do you live down here in the Orlando area? Because there was somebody, we were trying to figure out who it was, that lived in Orlando that said that they'd go on a ride with us. He said if we want to go to Leesburg, he'd like to join us on the ride. I know we're going there for sure this Thursday, but we're going to go talk to the owner of Gator.
Well, we're probably going to end up doing, but we're going to talk to him on Thursday this week to find out what's all going on at his place, also what the future of the city is, and all that kind of stuff. And because there's a lot of stipulation, they're only having one day for the spring rally, just Saturday is what the city is open for.
Right,
Oh, there you go. We've been looking for you. We've been sending you emails.
We've been texting you and emailing you.
We thought you died on us. And so there's a lot of gossip going out on Facebook saying that the reason Leesburg is doing one day is because their budget, I think they spent the money the last 2 years. And so they weren't thinking they were going to have it this year. So that's why they cut it down. That it's going to go back to the 3 days or whatever it is next year. I don't know. But we'll see. I figure John from Gators, he should know kind of what's going on. That's put on by the city, and they got an organization, and we tried to talk to them, and we got nowhere. So we're not even going to try to talk to those people anymore. So
Ryder says everyone says you do YouTube because you love it. The money will come. Advice is not to start a channel to make money. That's for sure.
And yeah, because we made pennies first. Which you look at some of these videos and it's really sad. Which I know there's another big YouTuber we know. It's got 300. He does RVs and he does like 300. He's got 360 or 370,000 subscribers. Well, he sat down one day and did this video. And I was a Patreon of his, and he kept writing on there, "Oh, I'm working so hard on this. This is going to be my best video. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I edited it perfectly." And it was one of his worst videos. Nobody hardly watched it at all. And see, you don't know.
Well, he did all this fancy stuff, and I don't know.
Which it is. I watched somebody else, 2 lanes changing 2 lanes. I watched their video. I watched theirs the other day, and they did an oil change. And they did do a very, very good job of editing. When it first comes out, it shows a lot of little pieces, this and this and this, and I kind of watched a little bit because they got like, I don't know, 30 or 40,000 views just on an oil change on 3 oils. And I had a guy helping him, but I didn't watch the whole video. I just kind of skimmed around. But the work that he did is he did a really good job with camera work.
Click your thumbs up button.
And it was, but that does take some time to do that. That's when you're putting out a video a week. Like the video I'm working on now, that's going to be one, I don't know when it's going to come up this week. It's about Sturgis. We filmed it a week and a half ago, and I was just going to put it up, and it tells you the things you should think about doing when you go to Sturgis. It was kind of similar to some of the videos we've done, but it puts some of them together. And I wanted to put some video with it, so of us riding and some of that while we're talking, and go from there.
See you Monday, tomorrow night. So watch Dallas and Drew Monday night on their live.
Yep.
And I don't know, we probably have to put the link up because they're a little hard to find right now because they're just starting out. If I get it, I'll put it up there, Dallas. That's our email. Cindy just came on. She says, darn, she missed Wyatt, and Neil said you got to go back and watch it. It was good. So yeah, Wyatt did a good job, and he's got a big heart, so he's gonna go far in life, I bet.
Well, he's got a great business sense now to to just think it's somebody that's 9 years old that's making that kind of money already. Heck, that's big money in South Dakota.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's got something good. Plus, he's half the money he's giving to charity, half of it he's keeping for I think his college and different things like that. And so it's kind of neat. It's
okay. So Rod King, email us.
Go ahead and read off. Here we go. We've been waiting too long for this.
Let's email us real quick, Rod King, and then I'll send you our phone number, and then you can text us. Okay?
I'm going to go over here for a minute, and she's going to read off who won the prize.
Should I go from the bottom up?
Yeah, do that. Do the grand prize to the end.
All right. So I got to find my glasses, so I make sure I get everybody's name right. So here's our winners, and if you haven't heard from me, I'm so sorry you didn't win. But I'm going to try to do something else for you guys that didn't win, except for Nicole and Andrew, because they already have it. So number 13 was our One Sexy Biker Chick shirt, and SJS won that. So congratulations to SJS. She's been notified. She wrote back, so she knows all about it. Number 12 was the Speeds Performance Plus. It was the chrome oil filter. And HAR 2799 won that. And I got to talk to Bob, and he knows all about that. So he's been notified. Number 11 was the fairing exchange. You get, I think it's $100 off 500, or if you spend more than 500, he'll give you 20% off. So David Eastwood won that. He's on here tonight, and I talked to him just a little while ago. Have not heard from number 10 winner, the bandanas. It was the 2 bandanas and the hair hat. It was Glory Lawless. I emailed her. If you're on Glory, I think it's just Glory, not Gloria. Glory Lawless. You won the headbands and the hat, and I haven't heard back from her. I think she's the only one I really haven't heard back from. Number 9, the 3 bandanas and the hat. That was Dawn's here. She won that. And I've emailed her, and she must have looked at her email. Dawn, email me your address so I can mail it to you. So, number 8 was the Bug Slide. Cinder Kitty won that, and that was Sean and Rick. And I called and talked to them, and they're going to get that when they go up to Sturgis. And we're going to see him up there in Sturgis also. He's given us some good ideas, and I think we're going to take him up on a couple of them. Number 7 was Zero. It was the phone charger and holder and the mic cup holder. That was the other thing by Zero. I don't have the prizes here. I just got the name of who did it. Slim Jim won that. Jim won that, and I talked to him. We're going to mail him his prize. I got his address. Number 6 is Amswell Adam. Deb and Mike won that. They're not quite sure when they're going to do that. They're thinking maybe a Laconia, doing it up there, or not. They might be picking up the oil in Leesburg, Adam, if you're still on. So I'll let you know for sure. They're going to let me know, and then I'll let you know. So they might come. They're going to go to Leesburg, and I know you're going to be in this area. Maybe they can meet up with you and pick up the oils there. They said that way you can save on the shipping and stuff if they decide not to go to Laconia, because I don't think they're going to go to Sturgis now. Number 5 was Jane P. Cycles, the $100 gift card. Darylus won that, and he's actually on here now. I talked to him, and I think he's going to pick that up in Sturgis. When we go to Sturgis, we're going to actually go out to Jane P. Cycles in Daytona and pick up the $100 gift card sometime this week, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Number 4 was Chubby Cups, the drink holder. Jeffrey Pope won that, and he's going to pick that up in Myrtle Beach. Number 3 is the Dan Kite pinstriping. It was $50 off. Nomad Pilot won that, and I called and talked to him. He's going to get his bike pinstripe by Dan Kite in Sturgis. And number 2 was the Rick Rack gift certificate. I think it was $75. That one was. Neil won that one, so Neil got that. And the grand prize winner, the number 1, the chip, was Brian. I'm going to mess up his name because I'm not going to say this right. Barfnich. And I called and talked to him, and I think he's going to change where he's going to stay. He's going to try to stay at the Buffalo Chip. And
we did look on the internet, and I went to the website.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't too bad. You can actually get like the full rally there for like $600 for like 30 or 50 amp.
Mm-hmm. So you can probably still get it.
So that saves you all that money by having the 2 passes.
So yeah, I've talked to everybody except for Glory Lawless. So if you're watching Glory, check your email, and I need your information, your address and stuff. And I think I just put her down for something because there was a few of you that didn't have our, you never really told me what you wanted to be entered in, and I tried to email you, so I just picked stuff that you didn't have to go to a rally for because I didn't know if you were going to go or not. So Glory was one of those that won. I think Jeffrey Pope was another one. I just put his name in there, and I think that's what he won. So for those of you, there's a bunch of you that had a lot of entries. Del Brett was one. He had a ton of entries. Clint from CMR Trucking, I think. I don't know if I said the right initials. He had a ton of entries. And then a lot of you guys that are always on and that are watch us all the time. So what I was thinking about, you guys, I could send you either some stickers or a patch or something like that. That's why I said Nicole and AS Pipes. They've already got a patch because they were supposed to get something last year and didn't get it. So they got a patch instead.
So we're also looking at a couple other things. Somebody sent me something the other day and I didn't do nothing with it yet. We could possibly get half a dozen hats at a very reasonable price.
Okay.
We might do something with those too for those people that really had a lot of entries. Plus, we might throw those names into another. Depending on what we pick up here in the next few months at the rallies, we know we got a bunch of stuff we're going to give away
What are the pinstripes?
in after Sturgis. We got a whole bunch of stuff at home, some Dukes of Hazzard stuff and all kinds of stuff that we picked up last year, and we're going to give that away. Probably what we're going to end up doing is the names that didn't win nothing will get thrown in that too. Plus, you'll have your chance to get in there. What we're probably going to do there is I finally figured out how to put a roulette wheel on the screen. I just have to figure out how to do it at the same time. And we can put it. What you do is you write a comment, and that gets you into the wheel. We spin it, and where it lands on, that's what you get. And some other YouTubers did it when we first started, and it's kind of a neat thing. And that way you don't have to write names down and do all this crazy stuff.
4 months. They said Sturgis will be here.
Yeah,
Somebody just read on at the very beginning.
16 weeks.
60 days.
16 weekends. 16.
No, 60 days until Laconia.
Oh, but they said 16 weekends, counting last weekend. 16 more Saturdays. Sturgis is here.
Wow.
What'd that make you think?
Yeah. It's like when they always tell you Christmas is like
395 days away.
Oh, it's more than that. Okay. So did you get our email, Rod King? I'll put it up there one more time real quick. Contact us at bobandtams.com. So you guys change the email to YouTube description. Oh, I guess we need on the YouTube description, we didn't change the email to contact us. It still has the address one, or Yahoo one. There's Brian, yep. So, pretty cool. Did you hear what he said? That he looked it up on the website and it looked like they still had some spots available. So you might be able to just go ahead and do that. And he said, I don't remember what it was. It wasn't
$600 for the whole
I
time.
know. I'm sorry, Clint. When I went back through, after I'd pulled all the names, I was kind of excited when I pulled the names because I knew all the names and stuff. And then after I went back through and was looking through the list, I'm like, oh, they didn't win nothing. Oh, they didn't win nothing. I was like disappointed for some of you guys. I was like, but I know we didn't have enough prizes for everybody to win something, but we'll try to make it up. Alrighty, I think we're all caught up there now. Oh, no, maybe not. What's this one say? Harley Frank. Yes, we are. Living in free America. We're all winners, that's for sure. So Candy, do you know Sandy? That looks like they're talking to each other there. Harley won forever. I know, you were another name that came up because you had a lot of entries too, and I'm like, you didn't win nothing either. So I don't know. I was so excited when I was drawing the names, and then
I was looking up the ones I didn't know. I was looking up to make sure they were subscribers and all that,
and then when I started looking at the list for other stuff, I'm like, yeah, I was bummed, but I don't know. I guess we're all winners in our book.
And so we'll see. And what else we can do here in the next year? So do some giveaways, things like that. This didn't turn out for you guys. It was great. You guys all watched and you got some prizes. I thought it would get people to watch videos longer, and it didn't really work like I thought it would. And I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. And but it turned out all right. And
Rex wants to know if anybody's done a stage 4 upgrade. I've seen a few of them done. That's the 131 motor, isn't it? Is that the stage 4?
I don't know how big it is.
I don't know. How big is that engine, or how big is that?
Adam still on?
No, yeah. Adam, are you still on? God bless our church, yes. And thank you for all of our safety and our freedom. But they say freedom isn't free. That's for sure.
According to Harley Davidson,
yes.
with the largest displacement of any Harley Davidson.
Turn that down. It's a 114 changing it to a 131. So you'd have to have the 114 to get it to 131. I don't know what you would have to do if you didn't have a 114.
Do you have a 114, Ryder X?
That's more of the Milwaukee 8s.
Neil said he didn't know anyone that had that much money to put one in.
But see,
maybe.
Which I don't know how much they are. But I mean, if I was going to do motor work on my bike, I would go buy an SNS. That's what I would do. I would go buy one of those crate motors, 131,
She's got one.
and that's what I would put on.
So what do you want to ask Fender Kitty, right direct? She said she has one.
Oh.
Fender Kitty's on there. The stage 4 is the 131. Okay. Okay, so Danny Morris is going to be there from the 4th to the 15th. So that's the whole rally, I think.
Yeah.
131 stage 4 upgrade. Okay. I only did the stage 3 AS pipes. I have a 117. Okay, so I guess you can still do it on a 117 as long as it's at least a 114. Don't do any of the Harley kits.
I didn't say so.
How long have you had it? And have you had any issues? Fender Kitty, how long have you had your stage 4 upgrade? And do you have any had any problems with it? I guess that's his question.
Maybe that's something we could do. We could get Jamie to come on from Speeds, and we could talk about the difference in stages, you know. If that'd be something you guys would be interested in, I know we can get him on to talk about it, or we could even talk about it. Does he go to Leesburg? No, he doesn't do Leesburg. He does Myrtle Beach. No, he does Panama City. He'll be there for that.
Yeah. So we
So-
won't see him until the end of
So
April.
we could call him and talk to him. We could probably get him on for next Sunday. If you guys would be
Easter
interested.
Sunday?
Nobody does anything at night, do you? You want us on Easter Sunday?
So Daryl S says they're thinking about, he was thinking of and upgrading to a 131, but he hasn't done it yet. Everyone is saying to stay away from the Harley Stage 4 131 kit. That's what AS Pipes just said too. Have the Moonshine Harley on. Oh, he said AS Pipes says have Moonshine Harley on. Is that who you're telling us to have on alive? Moonshine Harley. Does he do a lot of upgrades too? Harley. Does he have a YouTube channel? There's Fender Kid. 2020, we bought it from Harley Black Hills, and it runs great. So I guess they got a Harley kit, and I guess they put it on.
Well, S&S has got the kit
Moonshine Harley.
for
That's a
$1,300
bad rep
for a
lately.
kit.
It
That's
has
on top of
problems with
labor.
their kits. Yeah, I didn't know who that was. I guess that's another brand.
But
That Moonshine Harley, it says has a bad rep lately. They have had problems with their kits.
from S&S,
No, from, I guess this. It must be, I'm assuming the 131 kit or the stage 4 kit is by Moonshine Harley. But Fender Kitty said that's what she had. And she had, I'm assuming it had Black Hills Harley put it on, and she says it runs great. They have a 2020.
Moonshine Harley is a dealership.
Oh,
And
is it?
somebody complained about them the other day that
Maybe it was right around.
that they bought a bike from them and went back to try to get some warranty work on it, and they wouldn't warranty it or something. I don't remember what I read.
$3,500.
Well, you got to figure the labor in that.
But the only reason I knew that because there's been a few places we've been, and I've seen that they had it. Rossmeyer last year had a 131 kit, remember, laying there, and it was for sale. They had it, I think, on their clearance rack. I don't know. The Moonshine Harley is, I guess, a dealership now.
Yeah,
20
it's
to
a Harley
22
dealer.
hours of labor. Wow. That's a big job then. I guess it's like, do they overhaul the whole motor? Is that what it is?
Well, yeah. You got new heads you're putting on it, valves, all that kind of stuff.
I had to look on that phone, and he's got it. But I'll look in a minute before I change. Moonshine Harley is the leading dealer for performance upgrades. Wow. Where are they located at?
Tennessee, I think it is. Tennessee or Kentucky.
Need to get close. Mike's lots of background noise, so they said they're hearing a lot of noise.
A lot of people getting closer to us.
Let's get it closer.
Hello.
All right.
So here's what you need to do. You say the hell with it and get a 143 S&S motor and put that puppy on your bike.
Can you say how much that one is?
Yep, $10,247
Only
from J&P.
$7,000 more.
Yeah, but then you got the whole thing though. It would, if I ever upgraded my engine, that's what I would. I wouldn't get this one. Yeah, we're in the door. Turn the lights back on. That's what I always said. If I ever had any real major trouble go with my engine, even though we know speeds and all that, but they do SNS
Tennessee
install
is
too.
where they're from. He said.
Yeah. Somebody, what was it? You, Ryder X? Somebody was on Facebook, and it was on the Harley channel. There's a Harley parts and stuff, and the guy was writing on there. I think it was that one. It said recommended not to go to the dealer, and they wrote this whole thing up. And I went and looked at the dealer, and what's funny about it is the owner of that dealership doesn't want to be involved anywhere. He's not on any of the pictures. He's not on anything. I'm not even, because we first thought, there is a group that's buying up a lot of Harley dealers. And we're going to do a Patreon video on them. You can usually tell when you hear that guy on the radio. It sounds like that guy from down at the racetrack. That
Sunday.
And a really deep voice. If anybody's is acceptable in credit and all that kind of stuff, stay away from those dealers. She got screwed, and a whole lot of our friends got screwed by those dealers. They're high pressure
They bought
sales.
one out in California, which our good dealership sold to them.
Yeah,
and it's not a good dealership anymore.
No, we got screwed big time, and they don't keep employees. They run through them like they're changing their underwear. And I couldn't find out from Moonshine who actually owned it, because they ended up saying this guy owned it, but then when I looked at him, he was the general manager. He wasn't the owner of the place. So not quite sure who owns Moonshine Harley Davidson. But this guy was complaining about him, and when I went to go look, not YouTube, but on I'm stock M8 and no trouble keeping it that way. Well, it's kind of like me. I got that 110 motor, and I rode some of the new bikes, and I don't
117 and stuff.
I don't see any difference in that performance of that bike and my bike. I'd like to do a few things to it. 38,000 miles on Harley Franks.
Oh, that way. Does he have the 131?
And then you have to ask him.
You have the 131 Harley Frank?
Who is the group that is buying up the dealerships? What's the name of the company?
Do they really want to know?
Yeah.
Tell them. The Baracas.
That's all we're going to say. Moving on. We all win watching YouTube. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen. I need to call you too, Stephen.
We need to ask you a favor. You're not sitting with any entertainment behind you.
No, not tonight.
Somebody said that one of the comments was some of our lives, which we should end it soon. I said it in a little much more than an hour.
An hour, yeah.
And but that's what they said. One of our greatest live tunes was the guy, the woman chewing on the.
No, our best one got taken down because it was on the thing. That's why I keep saying 2 hours. It was down in Deadwood at Mustang Sally's. And oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We had all these people around us on. We had these little kids on. It was great, but it's fun.
So he says Blake Williams owns Moonshine Harley. Yes, I don't know. See, it didn't come up with him. Google that name. And when I tried to look up the other day to
Brad
see.
King, I just sent you an email back.
What area code, Tim? Brad King wants to know what area code. What area code are we in, or what area code?
605 is the number that'll come up.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't call you. I guess I texted him. I emailed it back to you. I guess I should have called you.
Harley Frank's got his M8. He's got the 38,000 miles on that.
Okay.
See, I've heard some people say they have trouble with the M8s. I have other people say they have no trouble with it. I think it's like anything else you buy.
Blake Williams, Moonshine Harley Davidson.
We'll have to look into the guy. And because we got a guy up in Vermont. When we get up to New Hampshire, we got to talk to this dealer bent over backwards for one of our subscribers, and we didn't have nothing. Nobody we ever knew. And the guy said, we really like you. Do you ever get a chance, come by here and talk to us?
Yeah, they're not too far from Laconia, so we're gonna go see them.
Yeah. No, Harley Frank said he is stock. It's 107. That's what he's got.
Oh, I think I remembered here. Leesburg meetup.
It's a 407 area code.
Yeah, it's okay. Let me.
Got the first ride of the year. There you go. I know when I used to live in Illinois, it was like that. Anytime it got above freezing, you almost took the bike out just to say, go around town and say you finally got it out. On your way out of state, you stop at Gainesville, Harley.
We've been there before.
I don't know if we're going to stop this year or not.
Because it's kind of dipped down, isn't it?
Yeah. We did that last year.
We went to their 28th annual.
Yeah, they had a thing going on.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was before
They were very
Daytona.
nice too. We talked to them.
Let me do ever ride 3 Twisted Sisters in Medina, Texas. No, we were going to and never did it. We were down there by that, but when I looked up, we were down in San Antonio. We were riding up and down those hills there around Medina Lake and all that. And I looked up there to see about it, and I think it was a little bit more than I wanted to do that day, and we didn't do it. One of these days. I have a CBO, so I am reluctant to do any kind of major work due to the issues a lot of people seem to have afterwards. I haven't had any trouble with my CBO. I know CBO's had a lot of trouble with them overheating and burning up valves, all that kind of stuff. But I say I don't have that many miles. I only got like 23,000 maybe on the bike now. If Art would ever retire, we could start riding more.
I texted you, Rod King.
No substitution for demons. So I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do. I always look at if you're going to do something like that, performance work on your engine and stuff like that. That's the first thing you should always ask people is, what kind of warranty are you going to get me with this thing? You know, it's like Speed. Speed's had one the other day that they did some work on, and it ended up being that the oil pump that they put on ended up being defective. And so now the guy's out of his bike for a while, but they're going to fix everything on it and make it all right for him. And you know, that's what you want. You don't want somebody you spend $4,000 or $5,000, $6,000 on engine work like that, and then something does happen to it in the first year or so. You know, you want some kind of warranty on it. Now, you know, there's always the exception to the rules. Like we say that all the time. You know, if you're out racing your bike or you're redlining it all the time or doing stupid stuff with it, well, because some people say you should break stuff in, some people say you shouldn't. So I don't know. I've always broke stuff in like they say to do. Ride it slow, don't do it a lot of acceleration.
Yeah, ask my daughters when you get new brakes, what you have to do, and they still do that to this day. And you should turn everything off before you turn your car off. Just the way he was.
So yeah.
All right.
So
are you done?
I don't know. Is any more questions, concerns? Any of that good stuff.
You want to go through who won again, or do you all know, or do you want to know?
Well, let's see if they want to know. If they don't want to know, you don't have to do it.
All righty.
I was gonna get one more drink, but I ain't been around in a while.
You're gonna get your.
That's the thing I would hate to do. Any work, have an issue, and then be without a bike for 5 weeks. Yes, that would definitely suck.
Yeah.
If, you know,
especially with good riding season, you could do it because you're up north. I think you could do it during the off season, and then I guess you wouldn't know if you would have any trouble with it.
So you're right. You're gonna end up having trouble with it right at the beginning of riding season probably, and you know, and crap happens. Well, that's the only other thing why I said if I was going to do something like that. You know, I don't mind putting, you know, an easy start cam and some different things like that in the motor. Take the chain out and put a gears in. But I mean, you're not doing a whole lot to that. My other one, I did that to it. I just put my 09. I put easy start cam in it. I put different lifters and stuff in it. But I mean, I didn't do any head work to it. Well, they did because it was knocking, but they did put all the stock stuff back in. And it gave me a little bit more horsepower, but I mean, it was good enough. But if I was going to really spend that kind of money, I would spend the big money and get the SNS engine. Then you know you've got the warranty on it and all that stuff. And if it did go bad, they're going to send you another engine probably. Probably. I don't know. Never bought an engine from them, so I don't know. But I'd have to ask Speed. Speed's their authorized installer. If you watch that when we had that Scott on from SNS, he actually mentioned Speeds. That was an authorized, one of their authorized dealers.
So Deb, we're in Orlando at Red Robin. We had the endless basket of fries. He did. I had the salad. But
who ate the rest of the fries?
Well, I told him to get another basket, so I kept some fries too. I didn't eat them all. And now, after we get off, we're going to get this.
Donuts. But you're only going to get the 4.
Yeah, they have a half order. So we'll just get 4. That'll be enough to do us in. So I think Andrew said yes. I think he wanted us to go through the names again.
All right. SNS is only 90 minutes from me. Is it really?
There you go. I know SNS stands behind their work because Speed says that all the time. If they have any trouble, which they don't have a lot, but he said if he does, he calls them up and they're like, whatever it takes. So
We might come by you because we want to do some of that this next year too. Is do some tours of some of these factories and stuff that do stuff like we've got what's that other muffler place? Your Belinda. I can't think of it.
Freedom Exhaust?
No.
Oh, Cobra?
Cobra. We're going to go do that next year or towards the end of the year here, probably.
When we go see the kids, we'll be out there.
We'll do a tour through the Cobra plant and look at how they do their mufflers and American made and see what they've got there. And we've got a couple other things like that in the United States that we've been invited to check out these factories that build the stuff. I mean, I like to see that. I like to see how they do it, and I ain't going over to China to see how they do any of that stuff. A lot of these lights are all coming. No matter who sells them, they're all coming from over there.
Yeah, 98 Road King too, and
cannot get anyone to fix it.
Because that when you crash the throttle, does anyone know a mechanic that's able to repair it? We had Harley's DIR with that for 2 years.
Had a Harley dealer for 2 years. We had it at the Harley dealer for 2 years.
Wow.
Where are you at?
They're in Colorado.
Call Speeds and see what they do. They work on just about anything.
I know they got older bikes up in there too, Dynas and stuff.
Yeah, you get up to the shop up in Rapid City.
Yeah. We can get you the number of Jason. Jason's the one that's up.
They're talking to Jamie. I don't know if Jason's back or not. He hurt his back.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not doing as much, but Cowboy does all the work there anyway. So, we could find. I imagine they could probably fix it. But see, that's one of the things that we found out with talking to that Scott that was from S&S. He's one of the official people that most of the, I don't want to say reputable, probably more of the experts in the field. When they have an issue, they call that Scott guy from S&S. He knows just about anything and everything about a motorcycle that now we can't call him. We're nobody.
See, we always go to Speeds when we have questions, but if Speed, like if we ask Speed something, Speeds doesn't know, if Jamie doesn't know, he calls Scott. So.
Yeah. And that's what they say. Well, what's it doing? Okay. What's the RPM it's doing? What's this and this and this and red alert? He goes, oh, okay. Did you guys check that? Did you check this? Did you check that? And he said, 100% of the time he can tell you over the phone, but you have to be an experienced enough technician to have all those right questions for them to fix it. With the owner of Reinhardt, and I can set you up a tour at the factory.
Ask them first because we've tried to talk to them too, and
Reinhardt's not been very friendly to us.
Yeah, so
but I mean that's guys that are in the truck. So the people that are in the trucks are not the same people
that own the place.
Yes, because it's kind of like Clockworks. That we could have gotten a free windshield when she broke my other one, and she.
When I was trying to tell him the story, he's like, "What kind of bike does he got?" And he was I think he was gonna go grab me a windshield. I said, "No, we already got it fixed."
We bought it. I bought it and I put it on. I didn't even do an instruction on that. I think I did a little bit.
Yeah, when you put it on. There's Julie, my crazy cousin. Oh, she's in Bell. Did you go to the first game?
Of course
we watched it. And it was so cool. They had almost like everybody from the 80s on. Like, oh my gosh. They had Vince Pullman. I guess I should go to that.
E.T. McGee.
E.T. McGee was on there. Vince Pullman. Ozzie Smith. Oh my gosh. Bruce Sutter. Bruce Sutter looks horrible.
He's alive at least.
Whitey Herzog was on. Oh my gosh. I was so excited. I wish I would have been there. We watched it when we were eating dinner one night. We were just like glued to the phone. So I'm sure you were there. Anyway, sorry.
His M8 runs good. His Milwaukee 8 runs good.
All right. That's good.
Like I say, it's like anything that's built nowadays. Anything, people are going to have trouble with it. Everything's man-made, and anything could go wrong. So, and people got to realize, and we've been like that with all of our bikes. Now, my one, the dyno guy redlined it wasn't somebody that wasn't Speeds. And I redlined it, and then they were like, I didn't do that. And luckily I had the extended warranty, and they took care of it all. And but yeah, that's the only bike I've ever really had trouble with. The bike that I have now, I've really not really had any other than batteries. That's the only thing I've really had to replace. But
You're right around here on East Coast time, right? We can call you in the morning. I'll have him call you when he gets up because I usually don't get up as early.
I get up at 7.
And I get up between 8 and 9.
Or later.
No, I've never been up past 9.
I have to get back to rally time.
I know. I'm taking advantage of getting to sleep in. All right. You're almost an hour and a half.
Eastern time.
Okay. So, yeah, tomorrow we can talk.
All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap.
Oh, you want to go through? I don't know if that one guy's
Well,
still
rattle
looking.
through one more time.
Okay, so
Here's the winners of the giveaways.
So the number one, the chip was Brian Barfnich. I think I said that right. The Rick Rack card was Neil, won the $75 Neil card. He won the $75 Rick Rack card. Ken won the Dan Kite, $50 off the pinstriping. Red Robin. Jeffrey Pope won the Chubby Cups cup holder. Daryl S. won the JMP Cycles $100 gift card. Devin Mike won the Amsoil Adam oil change. The Zero phone holder charger and cup holder. Slim Jim won. Bug Slide, Fender Kitty, and Rick won. Sean and Rick. And the bandanas was Dawn's here. She won the 3 bandanas. The 2 bandanas was Glory Lawless, which I haven't heard from her. She's the only person I haven't talked to. David Eastwood won the Fairing Exchange. Bob Harley, which is HAR2799, won the Speed Oil Chrome Oil Lifetime Oil Filter. I guess that's it. And SJS won the 160 Biker Chick shirt. Boy, don't say that fast. I almost said bad word.
I think you did.
No, I didn't. Anyway.
We're done eating except for the donuts.
Yeah.
There isn't donuts.
Here we go. That's what we're going to get. I know it. Is it past our...
68 is how many thumbs up we had. Neil said it was still on 24.
Oh, yeah.
It's that Alaskan internet.
Alaskan internet.
Somebody else must have gave one more since I looked at it.
There we go. Ryder X says 77.
Yeah. So make sure you give a thumbs up before you leave.
Yep. And thanks for coming out tonight. We appreciate all you guys. Yep. Thanks so much. Congratulations to all those that won. Those of you didn't, we're going to try to do a little something for you guys too, because we appreciate all you guys hanging out with us and watching. And Neil says it's still doing shows.
Sometimes if you close the chat and then open the chat back up, it'll adjust it.
Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video.
So give me a thumbs up.
Here we go. Thanks so much for hanging out.
You done?
I'm done.
And we'll have a few more videos coming up. We don't have anything. We're going to go talk to John at Gators. Probably have a video coming up about that. I got the one coming up about Sturgis.
We're going to try to get to the one in Orlando.
Don't know about that, but we'll try. And we'll have some videos come out about Leesburg. Probably do a Friday one, and then Saturday you probably won't see because it's over on Saturday.
I'm going to come back. I
what?
lost it. Because he didn't win. I know. Roy wanted to know if we had a third-party witness. I almost wanted him to videotape it, but yeah, no, it was all fair. She pulled them all.
She cut them all up, and she put them in little bags, and she did it all.
Sure,
and she goes, "Do you want to draw them?" I said, "No, you just pull the names out."
So I did.
And then she read them off to me, and we went through and made sure they were subscribers.
That's the only thing we double-checked, and everybody was that we pulled the name part. So don't take your thumb back, Roy. You weren't probably on when we said it, but because you had a lot of entries too.
We're looking at some consolation.
Yes, how about that? See y'all. Crap on a Cracker. Has he been on before? I don't remember that name.
His first live.
Thanks for joining us. We like the name. Yeah. And great week. Okay, you too, Daryl. So we probably won't see you on Wednesday, and I don't know. Are you guys going to be around for Easter? I don't know. Oh, what was that? Ryder X. Night. Behave. We'll talk to you in the morning, Ryder X. Good night, Brian. David Hamilton. Thanks. I've been on and off 3 times. It's still not going anywhere. Night, Devin, Mike. Night, Howard 2799. I almost know that one by heart now. Bye, Neil. Red Robin is great. That's right. Red Robin. Good night, Jeffrey. Friday is Good Friday. I can't be on. No, we won't be here probably Friday, Good Friday either. I have to find a church to go to Sunday.
All right, that's it. We're all done. See ya.
All right, bye-bye.
Keep watching.
Have a happy Easter if we're not on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.